YouTube, what's going on? Kevin the Tech Ninja here, and today we're unboxing the iPhone 12 Pro Max. Just got back from the Apple Store about a half hour ago, and we're gonna take a look at this phone, and we're gonna compare it to different phones right here of all sizes of some of the latest releases in 2020. So without further ado, let's go ahead and crack it open. So we've seen this box before, has the phone in right here. This is like true to size of the phone, so you can kind of get an idea of how big it is. Let's go ahead and take the wrapper off. Okay, here's the box. It's just a regular box. I'm not gonna go over anything on here. It's pretty simple. Go ahead and open it up, and here it is in all its glory. Here's the phone. We'll go ahead and use the lift tab to lift it up. And oh gosh, this thing is really heavy. And then we'll pull this off. Okay, that was very satisfying. All right, let's go ahead and turn it on, and then we'll go through the box really quick here as this guy boots up for the first time. We do have our USB-C to Lightning, and then we have our little booklet here, and everyone likes to mention how big the sticker is compared to the other stickers that you would get. And then we have like a little instructional, or whatever this thing is, I don't know. And then we have our SIM card removal tool. And that's it in the box. Of course, there's no power brick. Okay, so let's talk about the size really quick here to kind of talk about how big this phone actually is. So number one, I'm a taller guy, 6'2", larger hands, and this phone does feel large in my hand. Okay, so here it is next to the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. This phone is definitely heavier than this. And the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra is also a taller phone. I felt the Note 20 Ultra was just a little too tall for comfort. And then as far as thickness, the Note 20 Ultra is curved, so it gives that thinner appearance, while this is blocky and squared off on the sides, which makes it just a little chunkier. And then also we have our camera modules, and you know, both of these camera modules are pretty big, but I think the iPhones might be a little bit bigger. It's really hard to tell without measuring them directly. In the iPhone 11 Pro Max, we're looking at the height. We see that the 12 Pro Max is a little bit taller, a little bit thinner, but it is heavier too. But if you're comfortable with the 11 Pro Max, then the 12 Pro Max might be comfortable too, but it is a little bit heavier, and the squared off design might make it harder to hold over time. Note 20 Ultra is just a little bit taller as well, a little bit thicker too, but it is curved, which might make it a little bit easier to hold. I sound like a broken record talking about this, but let's take a look at these camera bumps here. So the overall camera module is bigger, while the iPhone has individual camera clusters that are bigger. OnePlus 8T, another comparison here. OnePlus 8T is a skinnier phone and just as tall though, but I find the OnePlus 8T an easier phone to hold. You know, you can kind of see the difference here, how it's a little bit more narrow than this phone, so it makes it easier to hold in general. And then we have the 12 Pro, which looks like a little baby phone compared to the Pro Max. 12 Pro, we can kind of see the difference here. So it's not as tall and it's not as wide. It really fits in here, fits on top of the phone easily. And then here we can compare it to the Pixel 5. Really no comparison as far as size. Pixel 5 is a lot smaller in general. And then the camera clusters on the back is another thing I like to look at. Big difference in camera cluster, but you know, the Pixel 5's camera is really good too. So it's like, do you need this large camera cluster? Is a question that I would do my best to answer in these videos coming up. So comparing it to the iPhone 12 Pro, the Pro Max is obviously a bigger phone, but as far as design, they are actually the same phone. But the camera cluster, of course, is bigger, and then you have the bigger sensors, and they stick out a lot further too. And also what you're gonna notice, what I noticed on my 12 Pro, is that around the edges, the stainless steel gets a lot of fingerprints. And it's, you know, it's kind of annoying to be quite honest, if you're not rocking a case. If you don't want to rock a case with this phone, you can obviously get a dbrand skin to kind of put around the edges, and that will allow you to not get fingerprints around the edges and things like that. You can also get a skin on the back to change the color of the phone if you're just, you know, get bored with your color. A big shout out to my sponsor, dbrand, of course. For less than 20 bucks, you can change the look of your phone. Hit the links down below to dbrand your device. Now, what's nice about setting up iPhones, I'm not sure if you guys know this, that if you have an existing iPhone, all you need to do is go to the setup screen, and then on here, you just press continue. And this will allow you to set up this iPhone just by holding it up to the camera and going over this little icon. And what's cool is it starts setting up the iPhone automatically. Now, as this iPhone sets up, let's talk about some accessories. Not getting paid by any of these companies, but these are accessories that I'm currently using on my personal iPhone 12. Okay, so the first accessory is a case. This is kind of a cheaper case. It's just a soft touch case. This is from Caseology. This is called the Nano Pop. It's just a very simple case that you just go ahead and put on your phone. They come in a lot of different colors. Obviously, you can kind of see that it does get smudges, so it's not perfect, but it does provide some pretty decent protection here at the bottom and all around too. It also protects the cameras because it does protrude out a little bit too. It's just kind of one of these slim cases that are just really easy to pop on. I think it's like 15 bucks, just a solid case. And like I said, they come in different colors. This is kind of like a no-brainer type of case to get for your phone. But if you do want to step up the protection a little bit here, this is the Dbrand Grip. And what this does, this is more of a total protection case. And it's just it has this sort of like, I don't want to use the word grip again, but it has this textured on the side, which makes it extremely easy to hold. And then on the back, it doesn't get fingerprints at all. There's no fingerprints in this thing at all. And it's just a sticky rubberized case. And this case gives you more protection just because it's a little bit thicker around the edges. So if it does drop, it kind of has that shock absorption where it kind of bounces up a little bit. The back camera lens is protected as well. And this is kind of just a solid case if you need more protection. This is the Dbrand Grip. And of course, I'm linking all this stuff down below. Okay, next up is this case from Nomad. This is the rugged case for the 6.7-inch iPhone, which is the Max. What I like about Nomad is that their cases are real leather. So over time, they do wear down. You kind of have this really unique look. And with leather, it gets damaged, it gets nicks, and so you can have a story with your case if you want, like little marks and stuff like that. You know, it may not be for everyone. This is kind of a premium case for sure. But, you know, I do think this is kind of cool. I like this nude color too, but they do come in different colors and different styles too, but this is kind of my favorite one. And it snaps right in, so which is nice. And then you have this really large case with protection. You have this premium leather on the back. And I don't know, I kind of like this case. It's, it's not my go-to case every day, to be 100% honest, but for some people, this may be their case. It kind of dresses up your iPhone a little bit, makes it a little bit more luxurious, which I think is nice. And then of course, let's talk about screen protectors. I think you need one just because my 12 Pro has a scratch on it. So I ended up looking for screen protectors, and the one from Caseology, I felt as far as the price and as far as how good it is, I'm a big fan of it. So here's my iPhone 12 non-Pro, just the regular one, and I have the screen protector on it, and you can't even see it. I mean, it is rock solid. Installation was very, very simple on this thing too. So I do recommend picking up just a screen protector just to protect the glass, because it may be shatterproof to a certain extent, but it's not scratch proof. Take it from me, I scratched my screen. Get yourself a nice screen protector. Last but not least, this is probably the most superfluous thing I have on here, but this is the USB-C to Lightning cable. It's Kevlar, it's 10 feet long, and this is made by Nomad as well. And you know what? I really love the Kevlar design because you can't rip this cable, you can't break this cable. This is what they make bulletproof vests out of. They make it out of Kevlar. I just like it, and having a toddler, he grabs everything, destroys everything. I mean, these things are rock solid. I don't know, I can't say it enough. Just having a nice cable, you don't have to worry about ripping and kind of freighting towards the edge is huge. A little bit more expensive than what you'd probably expect to pay for these things, but I will tell you the craftsmanship and the quality is right up there. Okay, we're back, we're all set up. As you can see, I have a video playing here, and this screen, of course, is absolutely massive, but it looks good. Let's take a look at the 12 Pro and see the difference in screen real estate when you're watching the video. I mean, this is a massive difference. And obviously this phone is massively larger, but just watching a video on here, you can absolutely see how it is just, you take full advantage of the screen, this massive screen, and it looks really good. So taking a look at a website like ESPN.com, you can just see that it's just much more readable. You have a larger view to look at everything. Nothing is so cramped. I mean, you have this large space, and even if you flip it, flip it landscape, I think landscape isn't as easy to hold, but if you have it with two hands and use your thumb to scroll, I think this looks pretty decent. And then we have Twitter, just scrolling through Twitter. Very easy, nice and readable. Let's take a look at Twitch, for example. This has a lot of things going on. You have the chat, you have what's content, and you have the streamer. If you watch it on this type of screen, you can see everything and it makes sense. And then if you go, you go back to portrait mode, you can see the chat at the bottom, and then you can see everything happening right here too. And then what's even nice is that when you go back and you put it in this little window mode, you're able to scroll through different videos and different feeds while still having this window down here, and it's still readable. And that's the advantage of having a screen. And then you have picture in picture. Obviously you could be doing something else on your phone. Let's say we want to go back to Twitter, and then we have this little window of our Twitch feed. We can make it smaller and make it bigger just by having this in the background. And having a larger screen enables us to do that, which is dope. So anyways, guys, that was just a quick unboxing, first look, and just a setup in comparison to other screens and other phones. And this phone is huge. I'm not going to deny it. Is it a phone that I can see myself using every single day after using the 12 Pro as my daily phone, a much smaller phone? We're gonna have to find out. If you like this type of content, just a conversation discussing new technology, I'm your guy. Make sure you hit subscribe, hit like, and leave a comment down below. My name is Kevin the Tech Ninja. Have a great day. Talk to you guys later. Peace.